and then it comes out perfectly.
Oh. Is it COVID sanitizer?
We got a runner! Ready?
Oh.
You the star baker or the dog lover?
I'll be the dog lover.
Okay.
Yeah, kutta wala. You need to see a small one. Or maybe
This is
up.
good.
Yeah.
Star
I'm real
baker,
baker. Yes.
Well, yeah, obviously you're the guest star, so we need.
Yes.
He looks professional.
Real chef. Huh?
Yes, real chef.
I'm tying or not properly.
Do you want me to help? Okay.
There, let's get ready for cake.
So,
So what we are making?
we're going to be making petit gâteau, which is a French specialty of tiny cakes, and essentially contain a lot of cream and very little sponge, which is the point. They're quite decadent, and they contain a hell of a lot of calories. So
That's main concern.
main concern, yes. So now we need to pick our molds. I mean, I've pre-picked a few for you guys to choose from, although all of that is full of molds, so
Can't we make St. Paul Church?
we can. That's one of the options.
Look, this is look like a
This will
literally
take
like
a
a
lot of time
dome.
to cool. So
Yeah, I mean, they're all really easy. It's quite a
Yeah.
simple recipe. But maybe we can try two, like a more rectangular one and a bit more decorated one.
That's very nice design.
And then we can obviously dress them up at the end as you guys want to have it dressed up.
Oh, let's start then.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll do those two.
Yeah.
Here's our good quality
It's a
chocolate.
360. You
Okay.
won't need to.
Okay.
Only thing
Oh
is like
wow!
if
Look
suppose.
at the chocolate G.
Yeah.
So we're only working with anything that's 60 plus. Under
So
that,
60% cocoa or more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think 60 plus age.
No.
that works too. But yeah, we're only working with those because if you add all the other ingredients, if it's much lower than that, it'll just get diluted and not really taste like chocolate. So, which one of you would like to be the little helper today?
You see? Choose karo.
So maybe the whole of this and half of this, perhaps?
Okay.
I need to make sure that it's just above it, and it's actually the steam that's touching the bottom, not the water.
What you said?
Hi, my love.
Is it French style?
Hi. How are you?
Yes.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wow. You have cat.
Oh, it's
You have cat here.
Yes, I didn't notice that.
She's got dogs there.
And dogs there.
Cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs.
He's also joined us now.
Yes, but he's not chef at all. We are only.
Oh,
not a
He
big-
is a chef. He's a chief tasting officer.
Oh, yes, that's right.
We like to bribe our chief tasting officer here. Right. So I'm going to
Straight
preheat.
in, right?
Yeah. Well, smaller pieces. Sorry.
Oh, fine.
Just because we want it to melt as fast as possible. You don't have to work fast. Just then we're going to preheat the oven to about 180 degrees. So this one would have flour, dark cocoa, and either baking powder or bicarbonate of soda.
I don't know.
And we're also going to add a bit of salt because it brings out the flavour of the chocolate. And so that's going to go together.
This juice is ananas.
Is it?
Yes, ananas
Okay.
juice.
Right, so now
You see? देखो मैं भी बना रहा हूँ.
Yeah, so that.
चलो.
and I'm adding the eggs in the meantime. Okay.
Mix it or anything, or is it? Just
I mean, you
can.
can. We need to bring it to a softer boil now.
It'll melt slowly.
Yeah, it needs to be a gentle
Yeah.
boil. My love, would
Hello.
you please warm this up in the microwave?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah, not more. And then we're going to add 3 eggs, medium size, to this.
People don't really realise that.
And we're going to use coconut milk because even though we're using eggs, I've not found a perfect substitute for it. I quite like to use as little dairy as possible in the sponge. And then Dag's melting the
That's done.
butter.
Butter.
Thank you very much.
Coconut is a nice flavour as well. So.
Yeah, I quite like how it complements the chocolate, especially because this one's going to be quite dark. I added a lot of cocoa powder to it. And then we're
No?
going to add a tiny bit
Not
of
very good at this.
Yeah.
baking powder.
This is in the
Um,
street cooking as well.
You're going to want to whisk it so you don't get many lumps in it. A little bit of lumps is fine. So with this one, because of what we're making, it really doesn't matter whether you get it even or not. The only reason to get it somewhat even is so it bakes even. But the sponge, and yeah, the reason we don't really care is because this is going to be all forked up and mixed with the cream that we'd otherwise be making with it as well. Right.
Oh.
We're going to put 11 minutes. I suspect it will be around 18, but I want to see what's happening at 11 minutes.
Okay.
बहुत अच्छा है और ये चॉकलेट ऊपर में जाएगा
Yeah.
आपको भी नहीं मालूम
I also don't know. It's true. Sonia, is Italian one of the several languages that you speak?
Indeed, yes.
Excellent. So
Italian.
you're going to take us to Rome at some point.
We should totally go to Rome.
It's
That's a
like-
really fun weekend trip.
it's like-
All the chocolates have a different temperature.
Yeah.
This would be around 36. And here we've got our temperature.
Oh, I was wondering how you would know the temperature. Yeah.
We want to see, so it's going up now.
Well, that's really interesting, though.
yeah
So we're gonna
Yeah, exactly.
several layers. So we've tempered our chocolate, and we're gonna coat the bottom. And between each layer, it's gonna go into the freezer because we don't want it to be too thick, right? So we
Wow.
discussed that.
Yeah.
And we want it to come all the way up to the side. We'll get rid of all the white spots. I just don't want to put in too much because, like I said, it'll ruin the consistency of our cake.
Sonia, how did you start all of this?
So when we lived in England with my mum when I was little, around 7 or 8, I pretended with my mum, because I wanted to try baking stuff, that I had a cookery class. It so happened that there ended up being a cookery class which I attended every week.
Wow.
And if you see there's
Precise all of it.
tiny gaps there which we want to be filling, but just go around the rim because otherwise if you don't it's going to come out. As you can see, the chocolate's getting thicker and
Yeah.
thicker,
Yeah.
but I'm not letting it settle in one place.
So it
I
should be
wanted
like
to
a
coat them
uniform
equally.
layer.
Yes, it should be a uniform layer.
So I didn't quite appreciate how much work it is.
Yeah.
You know, you know, of this one cake. How much work
Creating
there is.
one-
Yeah.
I'm doing the same just with a different mold because we agreed to do 2.
Alright.
Look at that, Thermo.
oh
If you slam the oven and it's still wobbly on the top,
oh so it can look like
it means it's not done.
yeah
Yep. You should
We
be.
let you look, everyone.
But you bake amazing Indian food. We're going to make the cake pop filling, which is going to be mascarpone Nutella. That's going to be the.
Ooh, Nutella now.
That's why I'm making it with Nutella for you, because I know that that's your preference. The reason being, I don't like working too much with butter. It ends up being way too heavy and fatty and just not a nice thing to eat. Because whilst these are full of cream, they're full of fresh cream like this. Make it soft and workable, because when it comes out it's quite thick. Okay, and now I'm going to turn the sponge off because it can just stay in the oven a
almost
little bit
thick,
more. And we need to let that cool down now. We want it to stay a little bit, so if it's not fully cooked, that's not a problem. But you don't want it to have a wobble, so you want it to have a nice firm top, as you can see. Like literally spongy.
I go in once a week. Nicotine because they don't come with that.
This is going to be for the cake pop.
so that will basically go and mix with this one.
Exactly. But first I just wanted to cool it down a little bit.
It is little bit how is
Where is the office?
Liverpool Street.
It's very light.
So easy for you.
so soft, huh?
Someone is in the meantime consuming the goods.
What goods?
You see? You should taste.
Thank you.
प्रसाद है क्या प्रसाद है ये
Oliver's most, like, more sir, can I have more?
Thank you.
no
Who wants to be in charge of the caramel?
That's Jack's.
It's very tricky.
The 4 ingredients will be, which one was the sugar? This one?
Sorry.
Also miso, so like Japanese flavoring. So
Yes.
Indeed.
which one the
this little pot,
This.
yeah, and everything. That's the flavor inside.
This is the 4 ingredients. Icing sugar, which is too fine, but ideally also not the regular crystal sugar. So caster sugar has the kind of medium fine grains in it. And you want to coat your pan like that. So not any thicker, and you leave it. You leave it, not too high a heat as you can see, because you don't want to burn the bottom before it melts, but you're not going to touch this until it literally is all liquid. This is not going to be the most beautiful part of what you're making. This is the point.
you will mix all of this
Well, most of it. You see with
Most
the
of it.
consistency. Not all of it yet, again, because it's too hot. So if you can see, it's still steaming.
Yeah.
That looks really yummy now.
Who's watching the caramel? Someone's supposed to be watching it.
In charge?
I don't know, it's fine, my love.
It's going
you want
like-
me to stir it?
No!
No, you don't need to stir.
Well, nothing's really happened.
That's not true. It started to be liquid on the side.
Okay. So you said you're not supposed to touch it for ages, I just sat
But
down.
that doesn't mean you don't watch it. You're in charge of the caramel.
Yeah, you
I
stand here and watch your mobile.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Ah, well, it's too liquid for that.
You have to go with the right temperature.
Guest is coming next. Don't prepare yourself.
The CTO, I object.
Oh my god.
No? Oh.
Just give me this table.
There's going to be plenty left.
Why you can take on? I'm.
Careful! We got a runner! And this is the final, and again, clean spoon.
Oh, so good.
Now,
Oh.
we've come back to our little cakes. And I'm just going to get this as far away from that as possible. You can use a spoon to an extent, but you want to have clean hands. Oh, no, you also need another layer of chocolate on the top to seal it. Or another layer of this, doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to use the latter. But the point, so this was a lot trickier with this, because obviously this is quite, like, bulky. It's really hard to get it the right sort of consistency.
Very savory. Some savory in here.
Oh, what's that?
We have to wait for the miso caramel to cool. Then we can add a little flowing centres to all of our little pretty gâteaux.
I'm nodding like I know. That's what we do.
How much is like half a spoon?
I'm going to put a bit more, but it needs to have a space on the top for the additional
Yeah, this one.
bit to be added exactly. And I'm still going to put this back to solidify
Again?
a little bit
Oh.
before it's even more difficult. I'm not sure actually how this one's going to turn out. It's not the nicest part to film.
Oh, it came out. That looks nice. Oh. Is it COVID sanitizer?
And then it comes out perfectly.
Oh.
Perfect with this. Like the Beauty and the Beast, you know, with the rose on inside and a bit of casing.
See the caramel here.
Here we go, Nayem.
ये देखिए ये है too sweet to be legal.
Ready?
Yes, let's do it. Oh,
There's my piece.
that's my one.
Perfect. Done? Which isn't ages. Yeah, that's good, thank you.
गिराओ मत भाई. ये देखिए ये मैंने बनाया है गोल्ड बार.
Wow. That actually looks beautiful.
है ना?
Yeah.
खूबसूरत है ना?
Yeah.
इसमें सिर्फ मेरा काम स्प्रे ही है बस. Thanks to too sweet to be legal.
Yeah.
तो ये था हमारा केक, स्पेशली केक का वीडियोस. और कई दिनों से, महीनों से हम लोग सोच रहे थे. और ये हैं एक्सपर्ट,
Yes.
केक एक्सपर्ट. Actually is expert in lawyer, but we knew
Yeah,
that
she's a lawyer as well.
she is expert in cake as well. So, would you like to share your Instagram account, because many of my friends will love to follow your beautiful cake. I do follow.
Because they are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see some amazing cakes. What is it, Sonia?
It's called Too Sweet to Be Legal.
Too sweet to be legal. I know. So, मैं आप लोगों से शेयर करता हूँ. आप इस स्क्रीन पे आप देख सकते हैं. आप चाहिए तो इसको फॉलो कीजिए. और खूबसूरत टेस्टी टेस्ट तो आपको नहीं मिलेगा, पर खूबसूरती जरूर मिलेगी उसमें.
और हम नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में भी डालेंगे.
हाँ, डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में भी इनका हम लिंक डालते हैं. आप जो है उसको फॉलो कर सकते हैं.